Welcome to SVG-TV's news for Monday, August 19th, 2024. I'm Triska Campbell with the details. Minister of Foreign Affairs Frederick Stevenson has rejected what he claims are efforts made by the homogenic forces that are seeking to destabilize the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela following the July 28th general elections. The minister made these statements at the Gathering for Peace held at the Venezuelan Embassy in Kingston on Saturday, which was organized by the SVG Solidarity Group of Venezuela. We have more.
Vincent and the Grenadines denounces and demands the repeal of all unilateral coercive measures against the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
Minister of Foreign Affairs and Trade Frederick Stevenson, the minister who attended the Gathering for Peace at the Venezuela Embassy on Saturday, also rejected what he said were efforts made by hegemonic forces that were seeking to destabilize the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. Following the July 28th elections in Venezuela, violence erupted with the opposition stating that the election was rigged in favor of President Nicolas Maduro. Minister Stevenson reiterated his government's position that elections in Venezuela was conducted in accordance with the country's constitution. The Foreign Affairs Minister is also calling on countries to desist from interfering in Venezuela's affairs, which is contrary to international law, specifically those enshrined in the United Nations Charter.
We unequivocally call on countries and actors in the international community to fully respect the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. We will not stand askance while the rule book of international law is being violated, nor will we provide support to those who are intent on an unwarranted trampling on another country's sovereignty and independence.
In Venezuela on Saturday, also a peace rally was held. Here in SVG, some of those in attendance at the Gathering for Peace were representatives from Cuba, Minister of Finance Camilo Gonzalez and Minister of Agriculture Saboto Caesar. Minister Caesar said he stands in solidarity with the people of Venezuela.
We are joining in not only a national fight, but a global fight for the preservation of freedom for all. I want to say to the people of Venezuela that we stand in solidarity with you, and you will overcome this period, and we look forward to the continuation of an excellent period of cooperation, just as we had prior to the elections. I know that the farmers of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we continue to work with technicians there in your country, and we want to thank you for the love and support over the years.
The Gathering for Peace was organized by the Solidarity Group of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. For SVG-TV News, Larissa Pogsley-Kidd.
5 containers of rice arrived at Cabin Park today from the Republic of China and Taiwan. The shipment of rice is part of the government of Taiwan's ongoing contribution to hurricane-affected people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Ambassador of the Republic of China on Taiwan, Fiona Fan, was on hand today to receive the shipment of rice. Ambassador Fan said she deeply values the strong friendship between our two nations, a bond that has been built on mutual respect, shared values, and a commitment to supporting each other in times of need.
I am pleased to announce Taiwan's donation of 5 containers totaling 100 tons of rice to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. As you can tell on the package, it shows love from Taiwan. These contributions is a part of the continuous efforts to assist hurricane burial relief. I hope that this rice will not only help to meet the immediate needs, but also reinforce the resilience of the community during this difficult time.
Minister of Agriculture Saboto Caesar received the rice on behalf of the government of SVG, said that the sacks of rice will go towards those in need noting that the agriculture sector was impacted greatly by Hurricane Beryl.
Today, I am happy to receive from the government and people of Taiwan a donation of 100 tons of rice. This will be distributed through the Ministry of National Mobilization, jointly with the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry, Fisheries, Rural Transformation, Industry and Labor. I want to thank the government and people of Taiwan for this donation. Thank you.
Another shipment of relief supplies is expected soon. Taiwan has pledged US $200,000 in relief supplies to SVG after Hurricane Beryl caused devastation. Acting president of the opposition New Democratic Party, Sinclair Leacock, says the national debt is too high. Leacock, who was speaking on the New Times program on Nice Radio earlier today, claims that the national debt is $1.34 billion and it will take close to $2 billion to service the national debt.
2009, that in the second 5 years of the government, because it came into office in 2001, right? This country spent just under $500 million, $491 million to be exact, servicing the debt of the country. You understand what I'm saying? Over that 5-year period, we spent $491 million servicing debt in Simmons and the Grenadines. Between the years 2011 and the year 2015, that figure got up to $663 million to service our debt. In the 5-year cycle of the government.
How much again?
663.
Wow.
That's just over $500 million. That's traveling major patiently. You don't see my analogy how it's coming through. Between the years 2016 to 2020, that's the last ULP government that was in office. We spent $1.022 billion.
1.2.
$1.022 billion in that last 5 years. Servicing debt in Simmons and Grenadines. Imagine that.
Leacock added in the years 2016 to 2020, the debt stood at $1,022 billion, and in 2020 to 2024, it stands at $1.4 billion. This information, he noted, is the national audit for 2021.
This trajectory is more than likely at the end of 2025, the government run the full term, that the amount of money that's paid to service debt will be close to $1.7, $1.8 billion. That's the relevance of the debt that we're going to add on this week. In other words, we are getting to the point in Simmons and the Grenadines that the business cycle, every business cycle, is adding so much to the debt that the country is at the point in which we can't pay for it. And you're seeing that in the report because you're seeing evidence of certain things that are happening. For example, we have debt that we owe Trinidad and Tobago government. And the direct audit says this debt is not being serviced.
CXC had announced that preliminary results for the May-June 2024 CSEC examinations will be accessible online on Tuesday, August 20th at 3 p.m. using their student portal. And ahead of the preliminary results, CXC has introduced the e-pre-slip for students. CXC manager for the examination division, Karine Holder, explained that it will make accessing results faster.
New era of the CXC electronic pre-slip or e-pre-slip, which begins now for all candidates who recently completed their K, CSEC, and CCSLC examinations in the May-June 2024 sitting. CXC is transitioning from the physical printed pre-slips which were dispatched to your school or institution to the e-pre-slips which are downloadable from our online student portal on our website cxc.org. CXC candidates, parents, higher education institutions, prospective employers, and other stakeholders now have the facility to verify results by scanning the unique QR code that is prominently located on all e-pre-slips.
In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 2,224 students sat CSEC examinations. 1,388 are females and 846 are males. 750 students were private candidates. Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding a road fatality that occurred on Saturday, August 17th in Curtin's Barley. The deceased has been identified as 27-year-old Kian Hone, a resident of Chateaubelair. He was involved in a motorcycle accident while traveling along the Curtin's main road. He was transported to the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead shortly after midnight on Sunday, August 18th. Investigations into the cause of the accident are ongoing, and further details will be provided as they become available. A post-mortem examination will be conducted on the deceased to ascertain the exact cause of death. More than 20 young people are now better prepared to handle micro-business enterprises. This as participants from the SVG Community College completed a one-week UBET micro-business simulation workshop hosted by the Enterprise for Development. Speaking at the closing ceremony, CED's Training and Education Coordinator Keisha Phillips stated that all the participants are winners, while adding that the CED remains committed to the development of entrepreneurship in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Through our respective programs and activities, we endeavor to not just fulfill our mandate as outlined to us, but to ensure that we do our part along with our collaborators such as USAID CAPA, the Taiwan government, any department or agency that we collaborate with, to ensure that our programs reach far and wide and make the impacts that we are hoping that they do, to change mindsets and develop more entrepreneurs in our country, to improve and enhance the skill sets of those who are already operating small, medium, and micro enterprises throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines, so that we can see a turn in our economic performance.
Phillips says that the participants are now able to apply the newly acquired knowledge during the training included the product marketing and development competition and technology. Phillips hopes that participants will transfer skills acquired to their daily activities.
I hope that you will continue now to transfer all the knowledge and skills that you gathered from this simulation and the training. You would now transfer it into your real lives, into your real business operations, or in developing the business ideas that some of you have and have not yet brought into reality. This week's workshop truly encouraged each of you as participants to implement the newly acquired skills in your business practices. So whether you're already there as yet, if you've already started one, or if you're going to, that is the overall purpose of this simulation, for you to implement and follow the steps and do things right from the beginning.
A key component of the simulation workshop was financial entrepreneurial knowledge.
About starting a small business and getting it and running it by understanding the basic accounting principles and applying simple financial tools like the sales forecast, cash flows, the balance sheets, the profit and loss statement. And we know the winning criteria: cash plus investment minus loans equal net equity. You also now have an understanding of the role of different business stakeholders, like your suppliers, your customers, your lenders or financial institutions, the regulators, whether it's government or whichever department, and you also now have a clearer understanding of how to define your goals and strategies for dealing with each of these stakeholders.
The simulation game workshop is aimed to be interactive training tool which was developed by Germans. The first ever Ital Fest will be held here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, organized by the newly formed Ital Fest Committee. Ital Fest, which is planned for Saturday, August 24th at the Andersville Playing Field, will showcase the first Rastafarian culture. Devon Gonzalez says the hosting of the Ital Fest in SVG will not only spotlight the Rastafarian culture, but also a healthy lifestyle.
You can expect to be surprised. You can expect to be delighted. You can expect to leave feeling healthier in mind, body, and soul. It's going to be an amazing event. Picture being able to go to one booth, buy some Kenny bread baked in a natural stone oven. You go to another booth, you buy some spinach cakes from King and Queen Delights. You go to another booth and you buy a punch from Sister Idisha. So you get to shop around at different vendors and just amaze your taste buds. We're going to showcase how good Ital food could be. This is not just rice and cheese Ital. This is going to be all different lines of foods prepared without any dead animals.
More than 40 vendors have reportedly signed up for the all-day event that starts at 10 a.m. Committee member Idisha Jackson has high expectation for the event.
We just came together as brothers and sisters who wanted to see the upliftment of our liberty and our culture. And one of the foundational things of Rastafari movement is Ital, our liberty. And we decided to promote this festival here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. There are other countries who actually do Ital Fest. We've seen one recently in Trinidad. But the idea is to promote our Rastafari businesses, persons who prepare Ital in all of its sense, natural stuff, natural oils, natural juices, hair products, natural craft, anybody who is doing natural tea, natural plants. So just bring out your vegetables, your fruits. So actually persons who want to go to the market and that day you can come and shop. There'll be persons who will be selling fresh fruits and vegetables. You want your flowers, your plants, there'll be persons there doing that. You'd have your teas, your chocolate, persons there doing that. You want your breads, we'd have Bingy Brown doing breads and so forth.
Part of the day's activity will be live performances by local artists.
Basically, my role is to coordinate the musical section of the program for the 24th, and I'm going to be inviting a number of my personal friends who are musicians to perform a number or two of their original material for the patrons. At the end of the entire session, I'm going to be doing a performance of my own that encompasses an album that I released in 2004, which is 20 years ago. So the title track of the album is called Love Till the End. So people today, they're mixing up them truths in life. They're only seeing the wrongs, don't seeing what's right. Who've never known their past, won't know their future. Do you hear what I say?
Organizers said Ital Fest will be a free event. $30,000 in scholarships have been given out to students from the Dixon community in North Windward by the St. Matthias Charitable Inc. Here's more from SVG-TV's Itisha Robertson.
The Dixon Methodist School and the broader Dixon community have benefited from the St. Matthias Charitable Incorporated. On Friday, August 16, 2024, representing the charity was Pastor Robert McBarnett, who presented 6 scholarships to students of the Dixon Methodist School. All students of the school and community were given a backpack filled with essential school supplies. Pastor McBarnett expressed his satisfaction with giving back to the Vincentian community, highlighting the importance of supporting local education.
Education is there to our heart because we know that the youths are our future, and they're the ones who are going to be running this world and running this country. So we just want to pour into them. And if we can make a difference in one child life, we believe that we did something or we done something right. And this scholarship is going to be 5 years of primary school and 5 years of secondary school. If the student continue to maintain the scholarship, they will get 10 years of scholarship.
At the scholarship award ceremony was Senior Education Officer Elspeth Adams, attached to the Ministry of Education. Adams extended her gratitude to the St. Matthias Charity Incorporated for their generous contribution to the students of the Dixon Methodist School and the broader Dixon community. Adams praised the charity's commitment, noting that the donations represent a significant investment in the recipient's education and a symbol of hope for their future.
To our parents, like I said before, the onus is on you, and we expect you to use these school supplies wisely. Invest in your children's education. One book, one child, one teacher, one parent can change the world. Be that parent.
Principal of the Dixon Methodist School, Matilda Kwashi, expressed her profound gratitude to the organization while emphasizing that the school maintains high expectations which can only be met with the provision of adequate resources.
By providing book bags and books and so on, so that the children can reach their full potential. As long as they use these things wisely, I think they can achieve whatever they put their minds to. Now the St. Matthias Charity Inc. continues to donate to our school. Over the years, we've had computers, we've had school supplies, we've had equipment for the kitchen. Recently, they gave us a blender and utensils and so on for the kitchen. So they continue to donate to our school, and we appreciate them very much.
Reporting for SVG-TV News, I am Itisha Robertson.